Australia for years has been a land of promise for Indian students chasing dreams. For families seeking stability and for professionals building futures. From temples in Sydney's Harris Park to cricket clubs in Melbourne, Indians have a rhythm of belonging there. Today, the Indian-born community numbers over 9 lakhs, making up 3.4% of Australia's population, a figure that has doubled in just 10 years. Indians are not just Australia's second largest migrant group, they are among its most educated and among the most active in its workforce. But growth doesn't always mean acceptance. Beneath the surface of Australia's growth story, the social fabric of this multicultural nation is now showing the cracks. On 31st August 2025, Australia saw coordinated March for Australia rallies sweep through its major cities, including Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, Canberra, Hobart, Darwin and Cairns, along with several regional centres. Organised under the banner of opposing mass migration, the marches brought thousands of protesters to the streets, holding placards and chanting hateful anti-immigrant slogans like "Take our country back," "Stop mass migration now," and "Send them back," against what they describe as uncontrolled immigration. But one thing that stood out was the specific targeting of Indians. An Indian-born man stepped up at Melbourne's March for Australia rally, hoping to speak out. But almost immediately, the crowd turned on him. He was shoved aside and the microphone was ripped from his hand.
I want to say that yes, I'm a brown man. Yes, I'm an immigrant from India. But I came here for the right reason. I came here by the right path. To enjoy the culture of Australia. To live by the work ethics of Australia. And to contribute to the economy of Australia.
Many in the Indian community here insist that Australia, by and large, remains welcoming, and that such rallies are the work of fringe groups.
It was a rally, no doubt about it, but there was a very small fragment of people who were part of the rally, and it was being sponsored by some of the neo-Nazi people out here who have been a very minor percentage of the population who have always tried to bring up racist agitations or movements, and it was not only them who were part of it. So for example, in Sydney, it was more of a response to a rally which was held on the Harbour Bridge in favor of Palestine, and in Melbourne it was more of the local issues which were there, some crime incidents which happened. So it was a collective thing.
It was a very unfortunate way of expressing themselves. Everyone has a right to protest in Australia, so there's nothing wrong in having a protest, but the way it was targeting the migrant communities, and especially one of the posters which they issued beforehand, which mentioned that Indian Australians are coming there in huge numbers, much bigger than what Greeks and Italians came in 1960s and 70s. That was little like putting a target on the backs of Indian Australians.
The Australian government, in a release, distanced itself from the rallies. The Anthony Albanese administration criticised the anti-immigration rally organised on the 31st of August. The government stressed on the multicultural ethos of Australia. But not all voices in Australia condemned the rallies. And while the Albanese government distanced itself, sanctions of the opposition gave legitimacy to the marchers, turning fringe slogans into political talking points.
You know, on Sunday, there is supposed to be this march for Australia. For those Australians out there that do want to go out and have their say and wave the Australian flag, good on you. I congratulate you because you're standing up for the values that you feel have been stripped from you by governments, whether it's this government or previous governments, former governments. You just feel that you're not being listened to. And this country is not the country that I grew up in. I'm ashamed of where we're headed. All this wokeness, the escalating crime, the cost of living, high electricity costs, the decline in our moral values that is happening, all this transgender rubbish and what's going on with women, spaces, it's just absolutely disgusting.
The Indian Ministry of External Affairs has taken serious cognizance of the event and emphasized on the safety and well-being of Indian citizens abroad.
Received a formal response from the Australian side where they acknowledged that the protests in Australia may be of concern for Australia's diverse communities. At the same time, you would have seen that senior leaders and politicians, both from the Australian government side and also from the opposition side, they have issued statements supporting the multicultural identity of Australia.
While Australians took to the streets rallying against what they called mass immigration, in India, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal announced that India is in deep negotiations to create 1 million homes in Australia.
Because we've been in continuous dialogue with Australia, and now they inform us that there is a shortage of 1 million homes in Australia. 1 million homes. Just do the math on 1 million homes and you'll realize the mind-boggling opportunity.
Just last year, Varun Ghosh, the first Indian-born senator, took his oath on the Bhagavad Gita, a symbol of inclusion and belonging.
Senator Ghosh, please take the Bhagavad Gita in your right hand and recite the oath on the card handed to you.
I, Varun Ghosh, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law. So help me God.
And this year, just 2 months ago, on the 23rd of July, an Indian couple was harassed by locals in Australia. The wife was heckled, the husband beaten and humiliated. The rallies also tie into a larger global trend. From Ireland to the United States and the United Kingdom, reports of racial hate and hate crimes against Indians have been on the rise. For a diaspora that bridges two democracies, the question is urgent. Can Australia's multicultural promise withstand the politics of exclusion?